So, guys, welcome back to the Arsenal podcast. Good morning. It is the Ale Arsenal Paper Talk with me, Kosi. And of course, here we are. DANI Ceballos, medical Dan. Philippe Anderson linked to Arsenal in a 5 million deal. Interesting. Torreira off from Arsenal to Fiorentina. Socrates also going back to going to Italy to link up with his old friends like Gennaro Gattuso and so on. That and more is coming up on this show. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you are watching with a like button smashed. Let's get the party started. DANI Ceballos has completed his medicals at Arsenal, according to Charles Watts on Twitter. And of course, everything is done. Everything is done and dusted. So, guys, there is nothing you are missing. Everything is done and dusted. DANI Ceballos has just completed his medicals at Arsenal. He's going to be announced as the national player. Charles Watts, said something interesting that the player could be announced before the weekend. Today is Friday, and you guys know that weekend starts today, so it's either today or Monday. It's either today or Monday. That's when Charles Watts, predicts that could actually announce the man himself, DANI Ceballos. So let us wait for that. Let us wait for the announcement. Everything is done according to Fabrizio Romano. You can read for yourself there. He says paperwork also signed between Real Madrid and Arsenal for DANI Ceballos. AFC are gonna cover his full salary until June 2021. And he says about Thomas Partey, on last days, Atletico Madrid told again to Arsenal they would accept only 50 million pounds, which is the release clause, standby again. So that is what we are getting from the Thomas Partey deal as well as the DANI Ceballos deal. DANI Ceballos is a done deal. Medical just completed. He did his medical, passed it, and that is it. No anything away from that, nothing other. The man, he is now a Gunner. We are just waiting for his announcement. I don't know which shirt number is gonna be putting on. Probably might go back with to a shirt number 8, but of course that and more is going to come as we try to prepare to announce DANI Ceballos at the Emirates Stadium. That and more. We are still talking about Arsenal news. Here we go. Alexis Sanchez says he wanted to come back to Arsenal during his first training session at Manchester United. Now, of course, the way we lost Alexis Sanchez, it wasn't the best of ways. We failed to pay his salary. He wanted a salary increment. We never had the potential to pay his salary, so he had to move on to Manchester United. Of course, I don't know why we retained Ozil and let Alexis Sanchez go. It is one of the things that really baffle me, until today. How the hell did we leave Alexis Sanchez to stay, to go to Manchester United, and Ozil stayed on a very, very, big wage that was around 350k. He doesn't even earn his money at other clubs. So Alexis Sanchez says, he would have come back at Arsenal if he was given a chance from Manchester United. So what you guys think? Do you think we should have let Alexis Sanchez come back, or or it's just crap? Let him stay wherever he is. Your opinion matters on the Arsenal podcast. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are subscribed and you are commenting plus smashing the like button. Philippe Anderson is linked to Arsenal now. West Ham have that man called Philippe Anderson. He's the playmaker, Brazilian playmaker. He could create some chances, but he has not really become a success at West Ham. And now the news coming in is that Arsenal could actually get Philippe Anderson on loan that would cost us £5 million. Do you think we would go for Philippe Anderson? Would you take Philippe Anderson at Arsenal? £5 million a loan deal from West Ham. He's getting a salary of 140k a week. That's that could be the problem. But I think we could be paying half of it, and then West Ham also could pay half of it, especially if we are going to give them a loan fee. But Philippe Anderson linked to Arsenal. Would you take him? Would you take Philippe Anderson to be one of those players that you would take in this transfer summer? Yes, I know, Arsenal is trying to get in the players. We are trying to, do whatever we can to see that, this transfer this summer becomes a success. would you take Philippe Anderson as one of those players at Arsenal that you would want to sign in this, transfer summer? He's a decent player, but would you take him? That's the biggest question. And for me, in my case, I would say Philippe Anderson is a decent player, but no, I would not take him. He has been a flop at West Ham. He has not really done, the things that, we thought he would do. The number 10, the Brazilian number 10, we thought he would be Philippe Anderson. So I wouldn't take Philippe Anderson at Arsenal. Still going on, Arsenal are asking 35 million out of Hector Bellerin, so PSG could also be out of this deal. That's a lot of money, 35 million out of Hector Bellerin is what Arsenal is asking for. I don't know why we're asking even for 35 million pounds out of Hector Bellerin. Is he worth it? Do you think Hector Bellerin is worth 35 million pounds? Really, it's really baffling me. PSG came in with a bid of 25 million pounds. However, Arsenal are deciding to turn it down. They're saying Arsenal wants 35 million pounds in the 25-year, or let us still wait for that. He has been one of those very good right backs, developing. One of the things I love about him is he has been developing through the stages, coming from the academy to the Arsenal team, growing gradually under Arsene Wenger, under all the managers. So I think Hector Bellerin is a talent, but I think we could settle for something like 28 or 30 million pounds and then get the deal done. But 35 million pounds, it's going to chase the buyers away. It is too much for Hector Bellerin, especially if you put into the consideration all the financial constraints that clubs are facing. 35 million pounds for Hector Bellerin is still a lot of money. Still going on. Someone tells me we need an update on Aouar. I'm coming to that. Be very patient. We are going to be talking about Aouar and Partey this morning, so be very patient about that. Let us go in front, and we are now talking about the man himself. Torreira is leaving Arsenal. 24 million pounds confirmed. Agreed. Arsenal are letting out Torreira on 24 million pounds. Goodbye, Lucas Torreira. That's all I can say. We are going to first get him a loan deal that will give us 8 million pounds front cash, and then finally he will leave the club. At the end of the summer, they will add us 16 million pounds. So Arsenal is going to get 24 million pounds from Lucas Torreira. I even don't want to say, he's one of those players I said they would stay at Arsenal. I loved him so much. He's one of the players I would say that, let him stay at the club. Let him stay at the club. He's a good squad player and so on. But it seems Fiorentina got the better of us, and Mikel Arteta doesn't like the player, so the player is going to be leaving the club and going somewhere else. That is what is happening around Lucas Torreira. And, we are going where you guys want. We are going where you guys want. Thomas Partey and our house in Aouar. Now, I'll start with Thomas Partey. According to Fabrizio Romano, you guys have seen that we have to smash the release clause. And Charles Watts tweeted something very interesting today. Very interesting. He said, he had a picture of Hector Bellerin and a picture of Thomas Partey on his Twitter. I don't know if I can find it. But if I can find it, I'm gonna show it to you. And he said, the difficult decisions at Arsenal have to be taken in this summer if you're going to see a revolution. What was it meaning? He was saying that Hector Bellerin and all other players have to be sold. It's going to be a very difficult decision. You don't know what you're doing, but you're trying to gamble out, to get a revolution work. So Arsenal is selling Hector Bellerin, is selling Torreira, is selling Matteo Guendouzi, to bring in Thomas Partey. It's a big gamble, selling almost 3-4 players to bring in one player in the names of Thomas Partey. So we are still trying to raise the funds for Thomas Partey. And according to Charles, what he's saying, these are the big decisions that are very imminent. These are the very big decisions that are imminent. And here we go. The man himself, Thomas Partey, could land at Arsenal after us selling Hector Bellerin and Torreira. Like I said, Torreira is on his way out of Arsenal, and Hector Bellerin as well is on his way to PSG. Socrates is going to Napoli, and I think that's in the coming days. That's also another done deal. So I think Thomas Partey. Let us wait for Arsenal to make some some money from the door, for Arsenal to sell some players, and then we can actually think about Thomas Partey. Arsenal, we are in talk. We are still in talks with the representatives of Hassan Aouar to see that he can actually join Arsenal. And according to the latest report we read yesterday, the player was was just £4 million away from Arsenal. If Arsenal could actually manage to pay £4 million out of to add £4 million to the 50 million we tabled for Lyon, the player would be ours. However, if we fail to get the £4 million, the player wouldn't come to Arsenal. Smash the likes and subscribe to the channel. Get in the comments coming in. I'm going to take a few comments before I leave the podium. I'm going to take in a few comments before I leave the podium. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel and you are commenting right now before I leave the podium. Hello guys, says Jerry. How are you, Jerry? Good morning, brother. It's crazy new. I love you and the Ghana man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Blood. Thank you so much. Kosi, good morning. Talk something about Diawara, Aouar, and Partey. Talk something about Diawara, Aouar, and Partey. I've talked about Aouar. We are in talks. Edu is still in talks with Lyon to see that we can actually get him. Lyon are about to accept our deal. Let us be patient with Aouar. Lyon are about to accept our deal, and I think that deal is going to really happen. Partey, we are still selling out some players. Bellerin, Socrates, and of course Torreira, to see that we can actually raise some little money and table it to Lyon so that they can actually give us the player. Diawara is a Partey option. So right now, since we are focusing on Partey, Diawara is not so much in the news. He will be so much in the news if we fail to get Thomas Partey and we accept that we are not getting Thomas Partey. And I think the Diawara story cropped up when Arsenal was reportedly out of the talks of Thomas Partey. So we were reportedly out of talks, Thomas Partey, and out of contact. So the Diawara story came out. Biarhanga Obed says, good morning, my brother. Good morning. Please, I've talked about Hassan Aouar, and you guys, it has been a wonderful morning show. Benrahma to West Ham, the truth is, I don't think Arsenal would go for Benrahma. I don't think Arsenal would go for Benrahma. Yeah, we were ready to, to pay the asking price they wanted. We were ready to do everything, but Arsenal was still slow. If we wanted Benrahma from Brentford, it would be a done deal within 2 days because he's £25 million. Arsenal were ready to pay that. So I don't think really, there was anything that was going to block us from getting Benrahma. I don't think there's anything that's going to block us from getting Benrahma. I think the contact from Arsenal was just minimal, and it was just mere interest. I think it was just mere interest. We were just linked to a bowler. That's the truth. Well, we were linked to him because he's a bowler. He's a wonderful player, nice player. He has a nice, nice skills. He's in a position where Arsenal need a player, most. I think that's the reason that's why we are linked to him, but not really. We might not get him, as soon as you think about it. News about Philippe Coutinho. We have to wait for Barcelona. Because Bayern have confirmed they're not going to stay with him, but Barcelona is still the problem. So we have to wait for FC Barcelona to tell us, are they going to use the player? Are they not going to use the player? Ronald Koeman is just taking his time, very slow. I don't know why, whatever, think he's doing, but we have to wait for Barcelona, to decide, are they going to give him, a chance under Ronald Koeman, or are they not going to give him a chance under Ronald Koeman? Streamed for 14 minutes, 15 minutes. So thank you guys. Smash the like button before you leave. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. How many likes are we having today? Still smash the like button. Is Ozil going? He has been offered a deal in UAE. You know that, Obey. We have been talking about this. He has been offered a deal in UAE. Now I don't know whether he's going to stay or he's going to go away from the club, because the truth is, he has been offered 15 million, I think 15 million per year, and he's still thinking about going to UAE, leaving his big salary at Arsenal, where he's not going to even play. He's just going to be at his home, come train, to keep fit, go back at home, get his salary, get his paycheck until the end of the season. So I think he might stay at the club until the end of the summer, if I'm to be honest. Good morning, Kosi. I'm going, bro, Kosi. Good morning, Clement team. How are you doing? How are you doing? It's a wonderful morning. I'm just feeling a little bit cold, and but it's really a wonderful morning. Wonderful, wonderful morning. So guys, that is what I had for you this morning. Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you so much for the likes. If you still want to comment, get in the comments. I'll be coming back live at 1 p.m. I'm coming back live at 1 p.m. with another banger transfer video. 1 p.m. And I have seen Arsenal training. It was massive, bro. Arsenal training. I love Arsenal training sessions. That's the truth. Especially under Mikel Arteta and under Arsene Wenger. I love them. And I think that attitude is back in training. That attitude is back in training. And of course, now we have new boys, Gabriel Magalhaes, we have William Saliba, we have who else? We have Willian. So trainings are massive. Trainings are massive. It's really interesting. Really interesting, blood. Collins, Chambers, Holding, and Mustafi, what of their situation? Are they leaving? Mustafi is injured as well as Chambers, so they cannot leave the club. They are injured. I don't think anyone's going to pay for injured players. Holding is going to Newcastle. Holding is going on a loan deal to Newcastle. We are not selling him. We are giving him a loan deal to Newcastle. Let us stream for 20 minutes, okay? You guys, I love the show when you're on. I think we got some heavy and serious coaches there. It's true. It's true. I think Mikel Arteta and he just recruited two new coaches to his coaching team. He has, I think he has a wonderful, team. It's too bad that Freddie Ljungberg left. He was part of the team. It's too bad he left, and of course, we wish him all the best. But I think the quality in the coaching team we have can take us to greater heights. Of course, led by Mikel Arteta. Good morning, bro. Any update about Lacazette? Is he going to stay? What do you think? Tola, thank you, Tola. Thank you so much, Tola. The truth is, Alexander Lacazette, my man, Lacazette, is linked to two players, and we haven't decided whether to sell him or to let him go. Now, Arsenal value the player at £40 million. However, no one has come to meet that asking price. However, the truth is, if Arsenal get a club like Atletico Madrid, like Juventus, if they meet the asking price, he's going to go. He's going to go. That's the truth. I don't want to lie. Morning, what about Benrahma? He's linked to West Ham now. He's linked to West Ham. And I think, those are the kind of moves that always happen in the transfer summer. Philippe Anderson to West Ham, Benrahma to West Ham, Didier Doucouré to Everton. Those are the kind of moves. So I will not be surprised if he joins West Ham. I won't be surprised. So he's a good player. Arsenal were linked. We said we wanted to pay his money, but until now we haven't paid it. So West Ham are gonna take him. What about Martinez? Thanks. Naisaba. The truth is, Emi Martinez is in the middle. Transfers are pulling him, and Arsenal is also pulling him. We want him to stay. Many other clubs are wanting him to take him. But he's linked to a move to Valencia. That's the latest. Linked to a move to Valencia, and Arsenal still trying to convince him to stay. So that is what is happening. For him, he's saying, if Arsenal can make me #1 goalkeeper, I'm staying. If Arsenal don't make me #1 goalkeeper, I ain't staying. So, the choice is ours. Why William don't join training? I think, we should just give the new boys some time. Adama, we should just give the new boys some time. They're going to be up and running for Arsenal. Let us just give them some time. That's the truth. Sincerely, Kosi, if we would only land Partey, we'll be the real fire. Gunners. Partey and Awa. If we get 2 more midfielders, we'll be the real fire. I agree with you, Clement. But two, not only Partey. And lastly, I think Messi is gonna stay. Yeah, me too. I think Messi is gonna stay. There is all this crap and news around Manchester City and all that. But I think Messi is going to stay at Barcelona. I think he's gonna stay at Barcelona. Thank you so much, my Gunners. Thank you so much, my Gunners. I love you so much. And thank you for being on the show for those 20 minutes. I'm coming back with another transfer banger video at exactly 1 p.m. So stay on the channel.